Star Nation, check it in. What we're going to talk about today um, is about, who you run with, the crowd you run with. We talked about it before. Who you justify yourself as, who you want to be in life. Um, Me, I have a big thing. I don't rob, steal, I don't sell dope. You know, um, it's hard to say whenever you know who you are, especially me. My family. I got a little bit of part of me. Um, with every clique, every organization, damn near, it's not that I run with them all or I claim to be this or that. What I claim to be is me. I'm about my family and the people who love me and who care about me. Um, the ones who are here for me, my family, we know who we are. I don't consider myself one certain unit or one certain group. Um, like I said, I run with numerous, you know. So for me to try to say that I'm this person or that person, I'm who do you consider yourself as? You know, um, if it came down to it, I had to pick and choose sides. I choose my family, I choose my kids. I have several kids out there, a lot of kids out there actually, and all my kids, they start if they start fighting with each other. I got a black daughter. I got two Hispanic kids. I have a mixture of different varieties, different cultures. So when it comes to different cultures, different varieties of different things and people and groups, you know, um, I consider myself to be very blessed. Uh, to some people who out there who don't have family, some of my family, hell, they've robbed me. Um, and then the other ones, they turn their back on me and that's what happens. You know, um, all I can tell you guys is, if you're going through something hard, something rough, and you have somebody there, appreciate them. Tell them thank you. Especially if they're really there for you. Times are hard out here, and regardless if you just live an everyday life and you just I don't know what you consider normal. Some people say something's normal. Other people look at it like it's weird, So I don't know. It's like if we had an idea of heaven and hell and the different levels, different you know places that we go. Say that, imagine if you die. When you die, where do you go? You go get judged, or you get sent down to hell, or and then you wonder why life's so messed up. Um, and you sit there and think about it, especially if you died. It's like you think hell is supposed to be a um, fun zone, fun time. Yeah, I'm sure in hell you get, you get your breaks, you get your nice times and stuff like that, for different families, and you move your way up, whatever it is. I like to tell you guys, but I hope that nobody has to live there and spend eternity in fire, or burning, and all that stuff. And um, I just hope that we realize our mistakes and don't make it again. There's some people out there, you just don't, you don't mess with. I talked to a guy today, and he was talking about his church and everything. And I talked to him, and we talked to him for a little while. I think that what I want to do is start some kind of, I don't know if you want to call it a church, a gathering, of where it's got a mixture of everybody. Everybody comes, everybody listens to somebody preach, or not preach, but somebody speak. Um, about how their life is and how hard it's been for them. And how they've overcome it. And still fit in their lifestyle. Regardless if your people are bikers or your people are fairy tales or fairies. I think that with the right help, and you can have that lifestyle of how you want it. I what I'd like to do is create um, a place for everybody. A place to where everybody has their own little place. Their own little star, their own little planet, own little world. When you go visit there, and then if you destroy your own world, you destroy your own star, or whatever. That's on you, you know. But I mean, that seems like um, what do you call it, a happy place? Your heaven, my heaven, or a heaven where me myself, I don't. It's hard for me to just to look out for myself anymore. Especially when I know what I know, and I know that I could have, just about anything that I wanted, But I know I'm sitting here, and regardless, um, people believe in God, people don't believe in God, or whatever your believing is, whatever you believe in, regardless, it's like you gotta. I mean, you gotta believe in something because hey, something created your ass. You know what I mean? So I mean, that's what hey, trust and believe. What your maker, your creator. Hey, I'm not talking about your mother, your father. You know what I mean? I'm talking about the person, hey, who wanted you here, your angel, your demon, your God, whatever it is you want to believe in. But just know, you'll finally realize, you be sitting there talking to somebody one day. I mean, you don't know who it is. You help this person out on the street over here. You help this person. I mean, you don't know. You know what I mean? From time to time, and then it's that one time that somebody asks you, and you blow them off, or you judge a person by their character, knowing that you've been in the same spot, or knowing how times are, and you do the same thing, but you hold that same type of moral, or same type of attitude towards them, but didn't like it when it was done to you that way, and I it's hard, try living a life, different lives, where if you had a job at Kroger's, or if you had to live in a tent, or if you had, I mean, just think about how their lives are, because living the same life over and 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 over. I mean, how many times are you gonna do that? It's like God, do something else with your life. Figure out something else. I'm not saying hey, go out and be a rock star. I'm saying, man, if you felt like in your life you've created, you're to a good point, and you know, uh, try living life not as somebody else, like how they feel, or see it how they are seeing things. You know what I mean? Like, it's a struggle out here. I'm telling you. You know, especially for people who are stuck on the streets, or stuck homeless, or can't get no help. You know, um, me, I right now I've been living to where everybody looks at me and they're like, "How? What are you doing?" I'm like, "Dude, I've been through a lot of stuff, and I've had to learn and live and go through that stuff. If I wouldn't, then I wouldn't have the experience that I would have, and I wouldn't even know what to do, or where to turn to, or even what to do next. Eventually, when it comes out, and there's Star Wars, like literally, and it's like we're all fighting on these big old stars out here, and we're fighting each other. You know what? For what? Because it could have been stopped, could have been prevented by just talking, by saying something like, well, nobody wants to listen, so I mean, I guess rock on Star Wars. I guess I don't know. I never got into Star Wars. I didn't really like it. I was too Jedi for me, I guess. But I guess I will, huh? But anyway, Star Nation, I'm out of here, man. I love y'all. Stay up with me. I'm gonna be having this stuff come out. I still got this stuff. I'm gonna show you a little bit of it. I got some of it put up. Show you what it does. Give you a little bit of experiment. Start experimenting with some things. Just stay with me, Star Nation. Star Nation, out of here. Love y'all.